Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the GT Championship Quebec. This is Division 1, Round 3, done via replay in English. Hello, I'm your host, GT45 on PSN, and Tim Gray in real life. Welcome in. I hope everybody enjoys this broadcast today. So, we're into the third round here in this absolutely fast league. The GTCQ is a very well put together organization and league. They pace test their drivers rigorously in an academy series before they put these drivers into their divisions in these main championship series, and they've gone through that process, of course, over the summertime for the fall season. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and it is an absolute honor. You have no idea how excited I am about this, to be able to be bringing this to you live on GT45 Gaming, Facebook, and YouTube, and hopefully soon to be on GTCQ TV as well. We're given the opportunity here to become the first English broadcaster for GTCQ TV, and it is an absolute honor. So we're going to get into this, man. Let's get into racing. So welcome in, everybody. I do apologize to my normal community that comes in, as I won't be doing our shout outs like we normally do in our broadcasts. We're going to keep this one right and tight, and you guys know the drill. I mean, you guys are absolutely awesome. So do me a favor, like, share, and if you're not following the page or subscribing to the YouTube, smash that button. Turn on those live notifications, because I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to want to miss these races. These are going to be some very spectacular racing. These are tier 1 drivers. These are the best of the best that GTCQ has to offer, and they're not going to disappoint, I can assure you. So let's go over some details, shall we? I mean, this is Watkins, Glen. This is an amazing racetrack. Personal favorite of mine as a racer as well as a commentator, broadcaster. I absolutely love this track. Full layout here. We see many of the professional real life series circuits come here. We see the GT cars, we see the prototypes, we see the LMP2s, the 3s, we see NASCAR, we see the big boys up on this racetrack, of course, on the shorter layout here, but just an iconic racetrack. It's located in North America, in New York State. It's an absolutely amazing place. It draws people in. There's just something about Watkins, Glen, that everybody just loves. The track has great flow. The racers enjoy racing on it. It's got some crazy technical sectors at high speeds, and it's just got some good open flat out running. So we're going to see some good racing here tonight. So let's break this down for everybody, so everybody's in the loop on how this is going down. Miller Time Gaming on Facebook coming in with the big time raid. Much love, my guy. That shout out we're definitely going to come in with. I hope you're doing well, my dude, and I hope you guys are ready for some absolutely crazy action-packed racing. These are the best of some of the best guys and gals. This is going to be fantastic. So this is 2 sprint races, ladies and gentlemen. That's correct. You heard me right, 2. So there are 2 races at 16 laps apiece. It is the GR4 Nissan GTR. It is a soft and medium tire requirement. Initial fuel is 50 liters, so these drivers are only starting with a half tank of fuel. So we're going to expect to be seeing some pretty fast lap times very early on in this race, just due to the fact that the car is 50 liters light on weight. The consumption and the tire wear is at 3 times a piece, so every single time that one of these racers go around Watkins, Glen, it's essentially like going 3 laps every 1 lap. Tires definitely going to become a factor at some point in this race, as there's plenty of high-speed corners. It's going to chew up the tires. Going to be interesting to see how these drivers manage that throughout the race. Qualifying 1, which obviously, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we can't bring to you because this is not live. This is done via replay. Both these races ran last night due to full lobbies, and 2 commentators already in from the GTCQ TV crew. There's just no room for an extra commentator, so we're doing it a little bit differently. We're going to bring them to you via replay every Saturday, the day after the races, and boy, oh boy, I'm excited. I can't wait to bring this to you. I've been thinking about it all week, and I mean, it's here. It's go time. So let's go over some more stuff here, and great shots here at Watkins, Glen, ladies and gentlemen. Just a beautiful racetrack. Race 1, the drivers have 6 hot laps to qualify. Fastest driver goes on the pole position all the way down to the bottom of the grid to the slowest driver, and this race goes off. So race 1, which is the race we're going to do here very soon, is based off of a 6-lap qualifier where our drivers are sitting. Qualifying 2 for race 2 is a super lap, which means that the cars come out, they something's going on here. There we go. They run their out lap, then they run one full circuit lap as absolutely fast and as clean as they can and put in the best time, and that sets the grid for race 2. So yeah, I mean, what else can we say? Let's just get with it here. This is fun. This is fun stuff. So we're gonna kick it over. Flipping over, and here we go. This is the best part right here. We're gonna click the magic button. We're gonna sit with our race leader here for the start of the race, and let's get this going. Waiting for that green light to go, and we're racing, ladies and gentlemen. Kick them tires, light them fires, let's go racing. So Glen getting a nice, good, clean start here, and a full field of GTRs running here tonight. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1, and Glen is going to hold P1. P2 is Teammate Jordan still behind. Yavik Samar's going to grab P3 from 4th place driver Tremblay. So Glen's getting a quick run here. He got a good hole shot run out of the straight, and he's leading the pack up the hill coming into the bus stop here. So here we go. Let's get on to 2nd place driver here as he's a little more in the pack. So we got Samar and Michael Tremblay, teammates here as well, sitting there working together right now. Obviously single file through the bus stop. If they don't have to go double wide to slow each other down, they're not going to. And we've seen that there. They settle in single file. Let's get through our field. We got Tremblay in 4th. We've got LaRoque in 5th place, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Langley in 6th. We've got St. Vincent in 7th with Patry right on his tail. Bedard in 9th. We've got LaBranche in 10th. We've got Goulet up into 11th here, and David now dropped down to P12. So we're going to turn on some information for you guys so you can see all the fun stuff. Alright, so here we go. everybody's settled into the race very early on here. We're not seeing a lot of aggressive moves here. Obviously, the drivers have practiced very, very rigorously for this race throughout the week to prepare for the race here today. And again, this is the top division. This is the fastest guys in the league racing for that top spot in the championship here. So we're currently right now Gooooooo in a very comfortable position in first place. He's leading the pace with teammate in second place right behind. So a little bit of a comfort zone as the leader there when you know you got a teammate behind you, somebody that you race with, you practice with, you know you can trust. And then in third and fourth place, we also have teammates here with Tremblay and Samara here. So I gotta tell you, man, I know some of these drivers. These are fast guys. This is a big lobby. This is a lot of fun. We got LaRoque now in the fifth place here, and Langley right on his bumper. He's just chilling out right there right now. He's just chilling. Not wanting to make the move yet. Too early to really get aggressive here. Long race to go, 16 laps. So Langley gets a better line coming through the corner here, and you can take a look, but it doesn't look like he's going to make a move here currently. So let's get to the back of the pack. We got Vincent and Patrick in 8th place, and it looks like we got a bit of a battle here between 8th, 9th, and 10th place. Bedard taking a look, going up the hill side by side here, and they're going to sort themselves out single file. So Patrick's going to grab 8th place from Vincent. No, Vincent's going to defend 6th place. My apologies. JS Bedard is still right there, and really, ultimately, he's in a good spot here. He wants to see these guys start battling, because as soon as these guys start battling, that's going to give him an opportunity to close right up, and that's going to bring the pack with him, too. We see Goulet right there with a 1 second track limit penalty. That's really unfortunate there for Goulet. We got LeBron here in 11th place, and David just starting to fall off the pace just a little tiny bit here. So let's get back up to the front. We got front runners here, and we're going to see different tire compounds from these drivers. These drivers are certainly going to be on different strategies here today. So Gooooooo just absolutely looking very good, very clean, very efficient here. His lines have been clean and crisp, no mistakes so far. Out of this driver in first place, he's been looking very good. Teammate in tow. So a little bit of a buffer zone there, as first and second place is definitely under control here by this team. GTCQ, I believe this is Team GTCQ. I'm a little unfamiliar with who drivers for what yet. We're still working on all that, getting that information up into this commentary brain here. But clearly, the deliveries, you can tell that they're teammates. So first and second is a team. Third and fourth place, also a team, trying to now push and draft and bump draft each other and try to get themselves caught back up to the front end of the pack here. Michael Tremblay in fourth place, losing 1 position off the race start there. But again, to a teammate, so not too concerned about it. Let's work together. Let's catch those guys up front. LaRoque and Langlaw? Help me out here, my man, MSB. Sitting in 6th place just behind here. Now again, no battles happening here. Smart driving here by all these drivers. And you can tell it's division. Now I talk through division. These guys are more thinking about the long run and the end of the race as opposed to what's going to happen in the first 2 or 3 laps of this race. The race is still very, very young. These drivers are more than aware of that, and the goal is not to lose the pack in front of you or the driver in front of you. You want to gain as many positions as you can. So 5th to 6th place, also got the buddy system going on. You see a little bump draft actually right there by Langlaw on the rope to give him a little push up to the bus stop there. So he's going to get an absolutely great run through the bus stop there too because of that little push. And then we look at the group behind. We got Vincent and Bedard as well starting to work together here now. So we're seeing little pairs, little buddy systems going on around Watkins Glen here for race 1 with these drivers. And spectacular job so far. So Bedard, he's going to take a look inside there. I don't know if he's actually trying to make a move there. I think that's just his line around the corner. Obviously, you don't want to... You're going to see these drivers take different lines when you're pushing and bump drafting as well because of the dirty air factor. These guys get in behind another car and they get a little bit of air wash, and that unsettles the car in behind the car that's being pushed. So when that happens, it makes for the braking to change a little bit on the car, the turns, everything changes in the car a little bit when you're dirty air. So when you see the drivers kind of dip out and make it look like they're going to make a move, they're not really going to try and make a move. They're just trying to get some fresh air into the front end of the car so they can get that car to react at speed, on point where they need it to, so they're not losing time on the driver in front nor to the driver in behind. So pretty good job here. These guys are just tucked in nose to tail here, and you can see Patrick is really trying to catch up on this group here. And I mean, you would think that a train of 3 or 4 cars would most certainly be able to catch a group of 2 cars. So this is what these guys do here to all get caught up to each other. We got LaBranche, starting to come into behind Patrick as well, and then you got Goulet and David here as well. So all these guys are still very, very close. This race is very far from over. But Gamond and Jordan are absolutely in command here very early on in this race. We're lap 4, so we're a quarter of the way through this race here. And you can see already that these racing soft tires are getting abused here. I mean, this is just a high speed, lots of turns. It's going to eat the rubber up on this racetrack. It looks like it's absolutely gorgeous out on track here. Race conditions are fantastic for these drivers today. And these guys really should be able to give it all they got in these GTRs. So we got Simard and Tremblay here. They are pushing. They are trying to catch that group up front. And that group up front has a pretty decent bit of gap going now. I would say it's probably at about 3.5 to 4 seconds currently. And because we're on replay, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have the live timing, so I do apologize for that. But, you know, it's all good. I got you. So we got LaRoque here and Langlois. I should know how to say his name, but I do apologize. But he's cruising. I mean, he's just working, and him and LaRoque they're pushing. We got to catch these guys up front. They can see them, so I mean, they're not that far away. 2.5, 3 seconds. Not at all out of this battle yet. And you're going to see we're seeing drivers a little bit of different tire strategies here too, which is quite interesting actually. We see Vincent going out a little bit wide there, and Bedard looks like he might actually maybe make a move here on him. No, he's going to give him a push. Just give him a little nudge coming into the corner there, and we continue on. So Battery is now on the back of this group as well. So essentially now we've got a little train developing in the very back end of the pack here between Vincent, Bedard, Battery, LaRoque, LeBron, Goulet, and then David's falling off the pace just a tiny little bit here. And Gamon is stepping up the pace here a little bit. Now you can see he's even starting to put a bit of a distance on teammate Jordan here. So Gamon is feeling good. Race 1, he's feeling good. He's flying, he's cruising. The lines are beautiful. He's on point. When we're going to start seeing pit stops made from these drivers, I would assume about the halfway point. Fuel, you can see too as well. Depleting quite quickly in these cars. These guys are driving these cars 100% full out, all out. So it's going to be interesting to see how some of these strategies work out here. So I mean, our forefront drivers here all on the soft tire compound, and then we've got our 5th place driver LaRoque here, and he's on that medium tire. And then Langlois right in behind. He is on the soft, so a little bit interesting there. You would think that would work, obviously, in benefit to the tire, the driver on the medium tire, because the guy in the soft obviously can get that power down a lot earlier on the pavement than that medium tire runner can. So you'd think that the soft tire driver in behind pushing would be a benefit because he's just got a little more grip in that car, and it seems to be working. I mean, they're not losing anything on the 3rd and 4th place drivers, but they're not really gaining anything on the pack behind him either. I mean, this pack behind him, and with me just saying that, Langlois opts to go in front of LaRoque here, so we'll see if LaRoque just tucks in behind and keeps pushing. If these two are going to battle for this position, no, they're going to battle for this position, side by side coming around the corner here, and Langlois had the inside line there, so just a better line through the corner, but I mean, LaRoque is right on his bumper here, so we'll have to see if LaRoque can tuck back in behind and these guys continue working together here, or if it's game on. St. Vincent here and Bedard, they've been working together all race long so far. They're starting to close up on that group up in front here just a little bit. So these guys have just been chilling. They've been working hard, and they're catching up that pack. So might have some battling happening here very soon. You can see the packs are really starting to close up here. We got Goulet in 9th place, Patry now in 10th. So Patry's lost a couple of positions here. Maybe we made a mistake. We missed it. I do apologize. But I got LeBron still in 11th, and David's still holding out the back end of the field here. I mean, he's probably only about 6-7 seconds from the lead. So that's how close these guys are. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 8 or 9, but we're going to be seeing pit stops in a couple laps here, judging by the way these tires are looking, and of course these fuel tanks are looking. So which driver's going to get the jump on the next driver in pit lane is the biggest question here now. Who's had the better strategy coming into pit lane? 16 laps isn't a very long race. We're maybe looking at about a 20-minute race, maybe a little less here, maybe a little more. But the tire and fuel multipliers are definitely making these drivers work. You take a look at that front left tire on these GTRs, it is just taking an absolute beating. And we got Tremblay has now opted to go in front of teammate Simard there, so now Tremblay in 3rd place with Simard in 4th. We still got that little bit of a battle going on for 5th to 6th place here. We got Langlois Langlaw. I'm going to keep saying Langlaw for the rest of the day. I apologize if it's wrong, I'm sorry. And we got LaRoque as well behind in 6th place. Now again, remember, LaRoque's on a different tire compound here, so interesting strategy from our 6th place driver here. St. Vincent here on 7th as well, with Bedard still chasing, but we got Goulet taking a look at Bedard here. Bedard is opting to go into pit lane, so our first driver to stop in pit lane is our 9th place driver, Bedard. So Patrick's now going to grab a spot here. Every driver's just going to get grandfathered up in position here. 10th place goes to LeBron. Of course, we're going to see, David opting also to come into pit lane here. So we got 2 drivers in pit lane, looking for an undercut here. Interesting strategy. Interesting strategy. We'll have to see how that works out for him. Trying to gain a little bit of time on the drivers, still out on their laps. But Glen is flying today. He doesn't have fastest lap. Fastest lap on the track belongs to Jordan. It's a 1:51.903. Not the fastest lap we've seen on Watkins Glen and the Group 3 cars, but remember, these guys need to save these tires and this fuel, so strategy plays a major factor into these races here. Jordan in 2nd place, and he's got good pace here behind his teammate. Just a little bit behind, but still right there. Tremblay is starting to try and close that gap up. He's decided to break away from the teammate here and see what he can do to see if he can push these guys before the pit stops here. See if we can gain any time in pit lane. We got Samari here as well in 4th place, and good run through that corner. We got a great exit. We got Langlaw now getting away from 6th place driver LaRoque. As I did suspect was going to happen, he is on that soft compounded tires, so it does make sense that eventually he's going to have to make that move to get a little bit of a gap on that driver, because that driver is going to be coming back at him in the second half of the race when he goes onto the soft tire. So LaRoque at 6th place, and right now he's just going to try and keep Vincent off, but now our back runner is also on the medium tires here, so St. Vincent 7th place, starting on that medium tire with Goulet, opting to start on the soft tire actually. He's up into 8th place here now, so he's got that spot off the tree. He started on the medium tire, so a little bit of different strategies from our drivers here. RMF car there. And LeBron here in 10th. Bedard now, after making a stop out in 11th, got that clean air, important. And David as well in 12th place, also just behind Bedard there. So could be an advantage to David here, having a fast runner right there in front of him. He's got to sit in that slipstream and let him pull him around the racetrack here for a lap. Get him back up into the mix here, see what happens. But now Langlaw is in the lead of the race with some guys. Drivers making pit stops. We've got Gaumont, Tremblay, and Jordan all in pit lane making their stops here. So how much longer is Langlaw going to stay out and push these tires here? LaRoque also opting to stay out. Obviously, medium tire runner. We're going to see these guys probably stay out a little bit longer. They're going to have a little bit more fuel, and of course, we're going to have more rubber on those tires still. It's a little bit of a harder compounded tire, so it's not going to work quite as quickly. And because it's a little bit of a harder tire, a little bit easier on the fuel consumption for the cars here as well. So St. Vincent now in 3rd place. We got Petrie in 4th. We got Labranche in 5th place with the round of pit stops happening. That puts Gaumont into 6th place here. So when the top 5 drivers finally opt to make their pit stops, they should go back into the race lead. We see Tremblay here in 7th. So grabbing a spot there in the pit lane, getting ahead of Jordan. So Tremblay with a little bit of strategy there and leapfrogging Jordan in pit lane. Samard still in 9th place there as well. We got Glen here in 10th now. Again, J.S. Bedard making that pit stop already with David as well. So we have 5 drivers that still need to make their first stops here, and I'm assuming we're going to see them within the next lap or just go RR, says Vic. Hey, what's up, Vic? How you doing, brother? So right now in 1st place, but you can see that front left tire does not have a lot left in it. He needs to pit now. We cannot afford to risk a tire puncture here. And into pit lane he goes. So Langlaw in pit lane. And LaRoque opting to stay out. Again, medium tire runner, not a surprise. We're going to see these guys stay out as long as they can on those medium tires. St. Vincent now moving up into 2nd place. Petrie and LeBron's going to move up into 3rd and 4th place with that pit stop by Langlaw. We got Gaumont, who should retain the race lead once these drivers all stop. He's coming around that final corner right now. He's on the front straight, and he is going to go ahead of Langlaw here. So Gaumont will assume the race lead once this race kicks back over, and he's actually on his way out. So let's see where he comes out in amongst these drivers here. Let's see if the overcut worked for him. And he's going to come out right just behind Samard here. So he gained a little bit of time here actually on these drivers up front. So that was a good pit there by Langlaw. Goulet as well, gaining some positions on his pit stop here. Bedard's both going to be in the same spot, and David also so far looking like he's gaining some positions, but we'll have to wait to see till after these guys make their official pit stops here. So LaRoque with a pretty nice gap right now. And I'm assuming we're going to see these guys making pit stops on the medium tires within the next lap to lap and a half. Again, fuel tanks are running low. They can only drive so far with the fuel they got in their cars here. So away we go. And we are now lap 9 of 16, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the halfway point of race 1 here today for the GTCQ Division 1 Round 3 at Watkins Glen. And what a race it's been so far. We've seen a lot of bum drafting here, and you actually expect to see that in these top tier divisions with these top tier drivers. You do expect to see them work together when they need to get back up into the fight. These guys are smart, fast race car drivers, and you're going to see opponents working together just to get back into the fight. So, and we've seen a lot of that very early on in the race here. We got Patry and LaBranche now coming into pit lane. We also see LaRoque and Vincent jumping into pit lane. So let's jump on with Glen here as he's just coming around the final sector here. The last corner right here, he's going to be coming up the start-finish line, so he's easily going to jump back into first place in this race when with those drivers making the pit stops. However, those drivers are on the medium tires. They're coming out on that soft compound tire with a little less fuel in the car. They're going to be able to push that car a little bit faster, and that could put these front runners in trouble. So we got Jourdan now in P2, so he has managed to find his way around Tremblay. So Tremblay dropping back into P3. We've got Samard, teammate of Tremblay, still in P4 with Langlaw in very close proximity here in 5th place, trying to chase those guys down. LaRoque has come back out in where we expected to see him in 6th place behind Langlaw, but now the soft tires are chasing the medium tire guys. Do they have enough time to make the moves to get the positions? Vincent in 7th, Goulet in 8th, has grabbed a couple positions with that round of pit stops. LaBranche also grabbing a couple of positions with the pit stops here, moving up into 9th from 11th. Bedard is down a spot here, sitting in P10, but putting the pressure on. Patry in 11th, and David still in the final spot on the grid, but much closer into the battle here now. So back to the race leader. There is a lot happening in this race. We're trying to catch as much as we can. We haven't seen a lot of battling going on. Again, smart racing. You're not going to see it till it counts. So Gamond is just cruising. 3-4 second lead here currently, maybe even stretching this out to 5 seconds on teammate Jourdan behind. And these guys are working hard to keep the other team coming. Tremblay is right there. I mean, I have very fortunate to drive with this gentleman in open lobbies quite regularly here on GT7, and he is absolutely a quick driver. So you know, that's at the back of the mind of Jourdan and Gamond, that we can't count this guy out. He is there. He's in the review mirror. I can see him. Langlaw in 4th place, grabbing a position. So what happened to Samard? He has dropped down 2 positions. So P4 now to Rockefeller Racing's driver P. And looking good, but again, on that medium tire here, can he hold these guys off on the soft? You can see LaRoque and Samard are right there. Now this is going to help Samard too. He's behind that faster car. He might be able to pull him back into this battle to try and get that position back. But the big question mark is now, can these soft tire guys reel in the medium tire runners? St. Vincent still in 7th place. Hasn't changed much for him this race. We got Goulet up into 8th, and just a pack of cars behind him. He's in an uncomfortable position here right now. One little slip up, and he knows he can drop 4 positions here. LaBranche in 9th place. Bedard in 10th. We got Patry in 11th here as well. And again, David here in 12th place to round out our field here in race 1. So back to our leader. Not a lot happening at the moment, but you can really see on the radar on the top right-hand side of the screen, it is absolutely getting tight. So Tremblay right now trying to catch first and second place, but also wanting to get away from that huge pack that is starting to track these drivers down. Langlaw now under pressure, half-second penalty here. Track limit penalty, unfortunately for him, so that is going to... We got a half-second penalty from LaRoque as well, so Samard's going to grab that position back once we get to the penalty serving lane, which is just at the top of the hill here. You can see him pull over to the right to serve that penalty as well as LaRoque. that gets out of the driving line, so everybody gets through safe and sound, and he's going to pull back into P5 behind Simard here. LaRoque is just going to slip back into P6, but Vincent putting the pressure on. Can Vincent make a move here as he gets on exit here? He's going to have a much faster exit. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there from LaRoque. So LaRoque is pushing right now to try and catch Langlois, and burning up those tires when you're pushing like that. You don't want to get the rear end of this car sliding. It's definitely going to hurt those rear tires. And when you get into the latter part of the stint, it's just going to hurt your acceleration. So a little bit of a mistake there by St. Vincent, but back on track and right on the bumper of LaRoque here. Goulet and LaBranche right there. I mean, they're behind each other. They're pushing. They want to catch that pack up front. We got Bedard here in 10th. He's absolutely just trying everything he can to catch up to the cars in front of him here right now. With Patry not too far behind him, 11th place. And again, David just right there as well, back to the front. Whew. There's a lot of fast action going on in these tracks. These guys are cruising. So here we go. Lamont in P1 and looking very, very solid. This race is his to lose at this point, ladies and gentlemen. He is just on a rail in race 1 here at Watkins Glen. He looks very, very comfortable up front in this Nissan GTR. Teammate Jordan right in behind, and really no pressure on these two drivers. They just need to keep their pace. Michael Tremblay as well. He's cruising. He's got cars a little bit closer behind him than the two drivers up front he's trying to chase, but still a healthy gap there. Simard has now he's got a battle on his hands. He has got cars barreling down on him. He has opponent Langlois, who's on the same tire as he is, still trying to catch back up and get that position back. And then we also have LaRoque and Vincent right behind on the soft tires, the faster tires, trying to reel these guys in. So the fact that these medium tire runners have still kept these guys behind them tells you that the medium tires, these guys are on some pace with these medium tires to hold these guys off in the back. But we see it now, LaRoque taking a look on Langlois. Langlois is going to absolutely squeeze him tight there to give him the least amount of room as possible to defend. And is he going to hold the position? It does look like for now he holds up that position, but LaRoque is taking a look here. He is looking for a way around this car right now. And Langlois made that GTR very, very wide coming through that sector there to defend that position. But all this defending is now allowing Simard to get away from him up to 4th place here. So Simard's like, thank you, boys. Thank you very much. I'm out of here. Time to hit the gas pedal. Let's try to catch up my teammate up front there. And here we go, LaRoque looking inside, and Langlois doing everything he can to defend that, but that soft tire is just too much for that medium tire to hold off, and LaRoque goes through to P5. St. Vincent now has got to run, and he's going to grab position on Langlois as well. Oh, and a 1-second track penalty. Ooh, absolutely devastating corner 1 there for Langlois, trying to defend these guys off, and he's got some work to do ahead of him here now. Back into P7, losing 3 positions there. 2 positions, sorry. And with that 1-second penalty now, he's got to worry about Goulet and LaBranche coming up in behind him here as well. They're not quite close enough, I don't think, to capitalize fully, but that is going to pull them right into the battle. Moving down, we got Patry, and he has gotten around Bedard. So Bedard must have made a mistake here, as David has gotten around here as well. So Bedard dropping down to the back of our pack here now, and not having a, I guess you could say, the best race for himself, but he's still right there, man. This is not over. There are still positions to grab here. But Gamond is just, he's absolutely in control of this race. He's no panic, no fuss, no muss, and he's in a groove. He's vibing right now behind that race car, behind the wheel of that car. He's just locked in and doing his thing. Jordan there, he can see him, but I mean, there's a 5-second gap there. There is a healthy gap. Same thing from between our second place driver Jordan and Tremblay. Big gap between the two drivers. It's not an impossible gap by any stretch of the imagination. One mistake from one of these guys, and it's opportunity for the next driver behind. Simard here, who got away from Langlois, now has a new problem in LaRoque and St. Vincent. Again, 2 drivers on a faster compound of tire here. He's got to try and hold them off on the medium tires. Let's see if he can do it coming into turn 1. This is where LaRoque made the move on Langlois last lap. Let's see if he can get it done here. Tiny little bit of tire contact there between the 2 drivers. It gets him a little bit wide there. but move made. St. Vincent just does the exact same thing. He just waits for that to happen, and he follows him through on the inside of the exit, going up the hill into the bus stop here. So, unfortunately for Simard, again, same as Langlaw, he's going to lose those 2 positions, and he picks up that 1-second penalty, getting a little bit wide on exit at T1. Ooh, a little bit of contact between St. Vincent and LaRoque there up front as well, so that's actually going to pull Simard right back into the fight here, and oh, he's going to get the job done on Vincent through the bus stop. No, Vincent's going to get it back. A little bit of contact there between the 2 drivers. I think Simard felt like that was his bad. He just backed out a little bit to get that position back. There's what happened. That is what it looked like happened. So still holding that 1-second track limit penalty too. That's going to hurt him because now Langlaw in behind should be able to get that position easily, and he's going to bring Goulet, Labranche, Patry, David, and Bedard potentially with him here. So big penalty for Simard, unfortunately. They're trying to defend those soft tire runners off. Sometimes it's just better to let them guys go through and hold your line, but he opted to try and defend that corner, and unfortunately cost him 2 positions here in this race today. But Gaumont just in charge. Jordan looking very good. He's just bringing it home. Same thing with Tremblay here at this point. These guys know they only got a couple laps left. They know they got a healthy gap. Don't need to push it unnecessary, just need to maintain that gap. LaRoque now in 4th place, so he's coming. And so is St. Vincent. So 2 laps for these guys to hold these soft tire runners back. Can they do it? Langlaw still holding strong here in 6th place. He is doing everything he can not to drop any more positions here on these back drivers on the soft tires, but LaBranche is coming, and he is on that soft tire, but you can see they're starting to wear. So advantage can go back very quickly here to our 6th place driver. Patry now up into P8. Goulet up into P9 here. Simard down into P10. So having a little bit of a rough finish to his race here, but that's racing, ladies and gentlemen. But that's okay. There's a 2nd race to go here yet. We have David in 11th and Bedard finishing out the field here. So these guys are absolutely giving it everything they've got here to try and gain as many positions and points for these championship standings as possible. I don't have standings for you this week, ladies and gentlemen, but hopefully we'll have them for you in 2 weeks when Division 1 runs again. Jordan in P2 here, and you can see the fuel tanks are starting to get a little low in some of these guys' cars, so fuel could start potentially become an issue here. We got LaRoque in 4th place. Same thing for him now. You know, these guys are pushing to try and catch these medium tire drivers, but they also need to consider that they have fuel in the tanks that they still need to hold on to for a couple more laps. Langlaw is in a battle for position here with that 7th place driver. And doing everything he can to hold that soft tire driver off. Just keep him in the review mirror here. Nice, good, clean corner there, though. And just not much of a chance for LaBranche to really get around him here. So let's see if he makes him, and takes an opportunity coming into the corner. He's going to duck inside here. And what's going to happen here? He's going to hold that 2x2 outside. He's going to hold that line going into the inside. Great job by Langlaw there. Side by side coming into the next hairpin here. And he's got that inside line, but we're looking at a cutback here. We do have a cutback attempt here coming from LaBranche. Unable to get the job done. Great defending there by Langlaw, managing the whole P6 here. And we're heading to the final lap here. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Race 1 is almost presenting itself to an end here. And what a race it's been. Gaumont now coming around. He's coming up to the bus stop for the final time here in this race. We're just going to flip through real quick. We're going to make sure we're not missing anything super important here. This battle for 6th place really is heating up. We got Patry now in the mix here as well, but we don't want to miss our leader getting across the start-finish line here. So and LaBranche has gotten around Langlaw now, so Langlaw in P7. He's going to try and get the position back. He's going to stick that nose here on the outside coming into the bus stop. Can he hold the speed to get around him? No, he's going to back out. He's just going to tuck in behind. He's going to follow him through the bus stop and hopefully try to get him on the exit here. You get this exit, you can gain a ton of time on the driver in front if you get it just right. But you also have to hope that the driver in front doesn't get it just right. And it looks like LaBranche got a great run through there. Gets a little bit of grass there, though, so ooh, half-second track limit penalty. Really unfortunate there for LaBranche. But we do need to get back up to the front of our pack here. As Gaumont is starting to come around our final couple corners of the race here, and he is almost on fumes here. So looking like Team GTCQ here is going to sit 1-2 as we end this race. Two more corners, and we're still watching. We got Langlaw now in P6, and LeBranch down into P8, so something has happened there. LeBranch has lost 2 spots, so advantage goes to Langlaw there, and Patrick gaining position, but congratulations to Gamon for the race win here today. Absolutely incredible drive by Gamon and teammate Jordan coming in second place here. Great drive by both those drivers. Tremblay, nice, quick, efficient third place finish here. Rounding out our podium in race 1. LaRoque, good run. Ooh, gonna finish with a 1 second penalty. That's unfortunate there as Vincent might leapfrog there. Langlaw holding off the battle here. Gonna take a solid P6. That was some battling there. Patry in 7th. We got LeBranch coming across at 8th. Goulet in 9th. We got Samard coming across at 10th. Bedard in 11th. And David in 12th place. Oh, and he comes across with full engine damage, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely tough finish for him there. But what an absolutely amazing...
La ZRT, une équipe, une communauté, une famille, avec coach et entraîneur qui organise des championnats à l'interne, avec des bases d'amitié, de plaisir, de fair play en course, avec plus de 1000 livrées pour les pilotes, des championnats internationaux. Voici l'équipe Extreme, une organisation qui met de l'avant les performances dans un esprit de compétition sain, propulsée par RMF, Mini Excavation et le groupe Rive-Sud Barnabé. L'équipe instigatrice de l'enduro annuel pour des œuvres caritatives. Une équipe qui favorise le développement à travers des pratiques et des conseils des membres. L'équipe Extreme, une famille, une passion. TRX, une équipe de simracing, une famille basée sur l'expérience en piste et le fair play. Des pratiques hebdomadaires sont organisées pour favoriser le développement de leurs pilotes. L'équipe TRX. TNR, Turbo Nation Racing. Nous voilà, la nouvelle équipe de Sim Racing, équipe qui a soif de nouveaux défis. Une organisation qui fait place à la nouveauté, au développement, pour que les membres se sentent entourés dans un esprit de course pure. À vous de faire partie de l'aventure de la Turbo Nation Racing. Voici la...
Merci à l'équipe Custom Motor Racing avec aux commandes Nicolas Boutin. La team s'est créée une certaine notoriété au fil des ans, se permettant de recruter d'excellents pilotes. Bien connus dans le sim racing, la Custom Motor prône le respect et l'engagement de ses pilotes.
and you guys haven't been able to hear me the whole time. Fantastic. My apologies, guys. Wow. Alright, well, the first 6 laps has been absolutely incredible so far. We've seen moves all over the place. Glen again, proving to be the driver to beat in the division here tonight. He is just on a rail here at Watkins Glen. We've seen Simard having a great race. Now with that half-second track penalty, he's absolutely in trouble, losing 2 to 3 positions here when he comes to serve this penalty shortly. So we are going to actually stay on with Simard here. And you can see Jordan has been putting pressure on him here for about a lap and a half now. And he's going to try and actually get around him before he even has to serve that penalty. Side by side through the bus stop. Fantastic job by these 2 drivers. And that is some absolute spectacular racing here. Ladies and gentlemen, side by side to the bus stop is not an easy task to do here at Watkins Glen with these Group 3 cars, and those guys just made it look like it was child's play. Fantastic stuff. Again, I apologize for the lack of audio for the first 6 laps. That is really frustrating for me. I apologize. So, Langlaw here in 4th place, and some of the Rockefeller boys here really cheering him on. So waiting to see what kind of result he's got here in race 2. A good solid 6th place finish in race 1. See what he's got, but he's got that half-second track limit penalty. He's going to serve it there, and boom, Langlaw P3 now, ladies and gentlemen. So free position for him as we see Simard having to serve that penalty, and LeBranche also getting ahead of Simard. So Simard losing 2 positions on that penalty. We figured potentially 3, and we might not be wrong there as Mal David is right on his case. So really allowed this mid-pack to just absolutely close up and swallow Simard here. And Bedard here now up into P7, so he's having a good race this race as well. Trombley's now moved up another position into P8, and he's just basically pushing, trying to close into this next gap in front. He's in a clean air spot right now, but not in a draft. So if he doesn't get caught up to somebody and get in a slipstream, he may start to lose time on that front pack. We got Goulet here in 9th place, and he's got a little bit of distance from LaRoque and St. Vincent, who are now up into 10th and 11th. So Patry clearly has made a mistake. You see he has not pitched yet, so dropping all the way back down from P2 to start this race into the 12th place position. Really unfortunate for Patrick, but we still got 9 laps of racing left yet, so this race is very, very far from over. And again, I'm so sorry about the lack of audio from me for the first 6 laps, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even notice. But that's alright, here we go. Gumon now in P1 with teammate Jordan in 2nd place. Much like race 1, it hasn't happened right off the bat this time. Jordan had to absolutely work to get up into P2. He had to drive through the whole field pretty much to get there. LeBranche now up into P3, so he's grabbed the position on Langlaw here, and he's still right there. He's battling. He's like, no, this ain't done yet, my friend. That's alright, you can have it for now. We'll play again here shortly. So they're just chilling. I mean, we got 4 drivers here all battling for that final podium position, 5, as we see a 5-car train going here for 4th to 8th place. So, I mean, LaBranche, Langlaw, Simard, David, Bedard, and Trombley very quickly catching this group now as they're all kind of in a train. And then we have this little bit of a backpack here in Goulet, LaRoque, St. Vincent, and Patry. I mean, and he's serving a 1-second penalty. So the race has just gone from bad to worse for him here. All he's got to do is just walk it back in, man, and get back on that loud pedal, and he'll be fine. He's a Div 1 driver. He can handle it, man. He can close this gap up. He's got this. So, come on, now making his pit stop here. So here we go. Round of pit stops are going to start. You see teammate following him in here. We got LeBranche, we got Langlaw, we got David also pitting. We have, wow, look at that pit stop. We got the whole field pitting. So our first 8 drivers here now in pit lane. Gives us a really good chance to get through here real quick, take a really good close shot at these absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous designs done by these race teams here for their competitors on track. And just looking fantastic. We're trying to catch them all. There are so many drivers in pit lane here, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try and get every single one of them in here for you. And there we go. All 12 drivers have pit on the same lap. Absolutely. We don't see that very often. Very, very rarely do you see every single driver in the field on a very similar pit stop strategy. So that's it. Race on for the next 9 laps. It is game on. LaRoque in 1st place. He is the only driver that has not stopped with St. Vincent. So 10 drivers out of the 12. I apologize. My mistake. I did not realize these 2 have yet to stop. But the first 10 drivers have stopped. Beaumont is in 3rd place, which means he will assume the race lead. LaBranche is in 4th. Is Jordan in 5th, but oh, picks up a pit lane infraction. That is going to drop him into the field. Oh, that is very unfortunate for Jordan. Tremblay in P6 currently, with Langlaw up in 7th now, chasing these guys. Both those guys are getting a free position here. Pretty much all these drivers in the grid are going to get a position on Jordan when he has to serve that 3-second pit line infraction. That's really unfortunate for him. Bedard here in 9th place, and Samard rounding out our top 10 here. Now, he had a really good start to the race and just kind of fell back a little bit. Goulet in 11th and Patry in 12th. He had a little bit of a struggle there, but these guys are back on it, and it is game on all the way to the end. St. Vincent now. We're going to see these guys pit within the next lap or two. These two medium tire runners, they're running out of fuel. You guys can see it firsthand on the stream there. So, we know they're going to make a pit stop here either this lap or next. Looks like it's going to be next. So they're just absolutely trying to get the most out of these tires as they can and eliminate a couple laps off those soft tires. Theoretically, that means that they can push a little bit harder, hopefully gain some ground on the rest of these guys that have already made their pit stops. I mean, it's just battle on up here. Gamond has got a gap. I mean, he's checked out. Everybody else is still packing up their bags and getting ready to go to the airport, and this man's already on the flight and on the way to his destination. So very, very, very quick driver here at Watkins Glen. Clearly, this race is definitely meant for him today. Apparently, LeBranch in 4th place, and he's flying. I mean, he's looking really solid here. We got Tremblay here up in P5. We got Langlaw in P6. Tremblay again making up so much time in pit lane. David here in 7th place. And I mean, pit lane really can make or break a race for you too. I mean, if you drive the car right and you get everything dialed in the way you want, you save that fuel, and you can shave seconds off the pit stop. And Tremblay clearly has done that. We have Samard here, P9 with Jordan just behind now in 10th. Goulet in 11th and Patry in 12th place. See with a half-second track limit here. Let's jump back in with our race leader here, LaRoque. And yeah, we're going to see these guys make the pit stops here now. Ooh, Vincent's... Oh, sorry. I thought they were going into pit lane there. They're just coming up to the point where pit lane entry starts. Now, Watkins Glen is tricky, and pit lane is very, very early entry here before the final corner. If you're not in between those lines before that corner comes, you're going to get a pit line penalty for crossing that solid. And you can see this here. These guys can dive straight over to the right side of the racetrack. You can see very early has that pit entry there. And LaRoque looked clean coming in, but St. Vincent may pick up a penalty there. He was on that outside curb a little bit, and that may be enough to pick up that track limit penalty on entry, so we'll have to see. But let's jump on with our 3rd place driver, Gamond here, as he's coming around. He's going to take over the race lead here. So on lap 10, the start of lap 10, we're going to see Gamond retain the race lead here and on the road. So P1 goes back into the hands of the very quick driver here of Gamond tonight, who clearly has the pace to win the race. I mean, there's nothing else to say. LeBranch here is in 2nd place, and he's got his work cut out for him. He's holding 2nd place. He's doing really well here, but he hasn't been able to get away from the two drivers behind in 3rd place driver Tremblay and 4th place driver Langlaw. So we're definitely going to see a battle develop here before this race is over between these 3 drivers, without a question of a doubt. They're very, very close to each other. They're all within slipstream of each other. We're going to see these guys close each other up here at some point in this race. David coming through just behind this pack. I'm really hoping to see these guys start fighting so we can close them up. Samard's much of the same. He's leading that backpack here now up into 6th place. And with Jordan in tow. So these guys have made up some time very quickly. Bedard also made up some time here now up into P8. We see Goulet moving up into P9. LaRoque up into P10. St. Vincent comes out in 11th, and Patry coming out in 12th there. So no penalty I see on St. Vincent. So he must have kept it just enough inside there. So here we go. Gabon, he's cruising. This man is just flying, and I think we need to do an onboard lap with our race leader here once he comes around. We're just going to make sure we're not missing any real quick battles here. because these guys are so close together. You just never know when you're going to miss something. It looks like we're good, so we're going to do this with our leader, Glen, here right now as he's coming across pit lane. I'm going to shut the audio off for a minute and just enjoy the sights and sounds of this GTR for a lap around Watkins Glen with our current race leader, Glen. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, an absolutely great onboard lap with our race leader, Glen, who also is our race winner from race 1. Now, LaBranche in second place with Tremblay very, very close behind here in third place. And just waiting, I think, right now, waiting for a moment to try and make a move. And then we got Langlaw, and he's in fourth place. And you can see, you know, this is my personal favorite position to be in near the end of a race. You're behind two drivers who are very potentially going to start battling near the end of the race, and all it's going to take is a slip up, and you're going to grab both those spots on those drivers. So I think he's in a pretty good spot here right now, personally. At the point of the race that we're at here, we have David in fifth place. He's having a good race. He has made up a ton of ground here in race 2. And didn't have the greatest race 1, but making up for it here in the second race. Jordan now back up in the mid-pack here in P6, so he's moving. He is definitely making up some time here on the racetrack. Simard with a 1 second track limit penalty. This has just not been his race here in race 2, and he's going to have to serve that. That's most certainly going to drop him at least 1, potentially 2 positions here. So Bedard will grab P7 off of Simard here. And of course, LaRoque is right there as well. Should be able to grab that position, I think, off the driver here when he comes to serve the line as well. So we're going to see Simard here. You'll see him pull over to the right side. He's going to serve that penalty. Bedard does get through to P7. Is that going to be enough to get LaRoque through as well? It is. So LaRoque does manage to get through. So unfortunately for Simard, it cost him 2 positions from 7th to 9th place there, having to serve that penalty. St. Vincent back up into 10th place. Goulet is down in 11th here, and Patry still in 12th place. So back to the race leader. And there is so much going on. We just got to keep going through the track here. I'm looking at the mini-map, but these cars are so close together. It's really hard to tell where the actual battle is, but not quite as big of a race lead in race 2 as he had in race 1. These drivers are definitely much closer here, chasing in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. So our 2nd place driver, LaBranche, I mean, he has been there pretty much most of the race. He's been fighting off multiple attempts at drivers taking that position from him. He's lost it, he's gotten it back, and he's looking good here in P2. But I mean, he has company. He's got Tremblay and Langlaw right there, man. Like, they are not letting him get away. So we know that this battle is far from over here. So moving over to Langlaw here now, and he's the trailing car here in this pack, but you can see he's really starting to close up here now. You can tell he's starting to think about getting some positions here. David now under pressure here from Jordan. So is he going to make the move here? Oh, mistake by David. A little bit of a slide there. Did a good job of defending it, though. He didn't allow Jordan really to get a good line around him there, but Jordan's going to take a look inside here. David is just on that middle line. He's doing a great job at holding that middle line. He should get a good exit here, and he does. He manages just to pull back out in front of Jordan here. So, really great battle happening between our 5th and 6th place drivers here, but here we go. This is not over between these two. Oh, and a little bit of switcheroo here from Jordan. He made him look outside. Gets him to defend the outside line and ducks back inside. Side by side, coming through the corner. Who is going to get that? That is a tough corner, 2x2, too deep there through the corner. Great job by all the drivers. David, the rope, Simard, and St. Vincent there to get through that corner. 2x2 in one piece. So, Patrick just a little bit off the pace here. He's had a rough race. Come on here. Again, he's starting to open that gap up now. We can't even see the headlights now. You're just seeing him coming around turn 1 there. But there is definitely a battle brewing here for these podium positions. LaBranche has nothing but a whole bunch of Michael Tremblay all over the back end of that car right now. And Langlaw, again, just in the sweet spot right now, just sitting there waiting for these guys to start battling and hopefully find a very quick opportunity just to leapfrog both the drivers. Yeah, here we go, side by side coming into the bus stop. No, Tremblay backs out of it there. He was like, maybe not. Let's just wait. Let's make it a different time here. So LeBranch still holding P2 back here. And we're definitely going to stick with this group here for a few corners here because it looks like something is going to give here. One of these guys is going to make a move. One of these guys is going to stop being patient here, and he's going to look for an opportunity. Langlaw is just sitting just far enough back to give himself an opportunity to react if need be, if something were to happen to the 2 drivers out in front. We're just going to quickly get back through here. We got Jordan has gotten around Bedard there, so 5th place now goes to Jordan. Bedard moving back to 6th. We got LaRocque at 7th. David in 8th, serving a penalty now down to 9th, so that should give St. Vincent that spot, which it will. Dropping to 10th is David now. Goulet at 11th, 12th is Patrick. We got Kumon leading. Let's get back to this battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. 2nd place still holding is LaBranche. Can he hold on to it? He's just got a couple more laps to go here, but you know, the drivers in behind and Tremblay and Langlaw are going to start to put the pressure on, and it's going to heat up here for this battle, so let's go. Let's get it going. Already you can see LaBranche thinking about maybe defending there. He thought he's going to wait to see what Tremblay is going to do before he makes a move here. Tremblay just opts to go semi-defensive. LaBranche goes semi-defensive. It was just enough to block that line, and Tremblay just didn't have a clean way around. So good defense there by LaBranche, making him make the move, make the driver behind you make the first move. So you know how to respond. So great defense there by LaBranche. And Langlaw again. Not necessarily off pace. He's just chilling in behind. He's just letting this battle happen in front of him and hoping that one of these 2 guys makes mistakes and he can just get a free, easy position here. But it's not looking that way. LaBranche is absolutely defending his butt off here, and he ain't giving these guys nothing to look at. Michael Tremblay has taken a few different attempts to try and get around him here, and he just cannot get around that. All of a sudden, very wide GTR of LaBranche. Go check out the rest of our field here real quick. Does it look like too much has changed? No. Alright, back to this battle. This is a great battle. Absolutely great battle here. I mean, this is the penultimate lap here now. We're on lap 15 to 16, so this is going to crack off here anytime now. We see the leader coming around here. He's just getting around the last few corners. He's going to be on the final lap of the race here. So which one of these drivers has the fuel and tire to make something happen is the big question here. LaBranche is on the medium tire. He is doing a fantastic job holding these guys off. So is Tremblay, so is Langlaw. So there's no tire advantage here. So this is straight up which driver has more left in the race car over the other driver. Oh, here we go, and a little bit of contact between the 2 drivers coming on the final corner, and they both hit the wall. Langlaw, P2. like I said, perfect position to be in. Second behind that pack. Hope they battle, make a mistake, and it happened. Tremblay and LaBranche making a little bit of contact on corner exit. It was enough for the two cars to get spun out and lose those positions. Tremblay, fortunate, managing to keep P5 out of that, but Bedard all over him. And Bedard is going to easily get around him there, as that car went into the wall pretty heavily. Simard now, he's going to be looking. Simard's going to get in that position. You can see him obviously get out of the way. We see St. Vincent now coming through. Really unfortunate for Tremblay. He was having a fantastic race. But let's get up to our race leader here, as we're about midway through the race here. So P1 belongs to Gamon. Second place now Langlaw, being very just patient and just, I mean, ultimate scenario worked out for him there. Two guys in front made a little bit of contact and crashed, and he got through safe and sound. So P2 to him. LaRoque now moving up into P3. Jourdan back up into P4. He has had a fantastic race too. Bedard here in P5 as well. Simard in 6th place. St. Vincent in 7th. We've got Tremblay all the way back into 8th after that unfortunate incident there. We got David in 9th and LaBranche all the way back into 10th here. So a tough break for those two drivers. Goulet in 11th, and Patrick has put it in the pits with some kind of failure in that car. Really unfortunate for Patrick. Hate to see it. But again, your race winner, ladies and gentlemen. Race 1 belonged to Mr. D. Gumon. Round 2 also belongs to Mr. D. Gumon. Absolutely fantastic job by this race car driver. Absolutely 2 beautiful races and 2 beautiful race wins for Gumon and Team GTCQ. We're going to have Langlaw come around in P2 from Rockefeller Racing here, and just opportunistic moment there. He's going to grab podium. P2 for Langlaw. Great race by him. LaRoque going to come in with a solid P3 as well. And patience is but a virtue sometimes. Jourdan coming with a huge drive all the way back up to P4. Bedard finishes in P5. We've got Yannick Simard in 6th. St. Vincent in 7th. We've got Tremblay finishing in 8th. We've got David in 9th. We've got LaBranche in 10th. We've got Goulet finishing 11th. And Patrick will finish the race here in pit lane with a broken car in 12th place. Wow. What a race finish. What do you say? Congratulations again to all our podium finishers. And not only to the podium finishers, but all the racers. What a fantastic race. Race 2 by far was way more intense than race 1. Race 1, everybody was just figuring each other out, you could tell. Race 2, they were locked in, they were dialed in. This was some serious racing, and what a fantastic job by our Tier 1 guys for round 3 at Watkins Glen. Absolutely spectacular. Spectacular racing by all the drivers here at the GTCQ. Hats off. My hats are off. Absolutely great racing. Huge congratulations to Gamon. 2 race wins. Huge points for him here tonight. Langlaw coming in with a 2nd and a 6th place finish. LaRoque coming in with a 3rd and a 4th. Jourdan coming in with a 3rd and a 4th. We got Bedard coming in with a 5th, and I believe it was a 7th. Simard coming in with a top 5 and a 6th. St. Vincent, I think it was 2 7s. Tremblay finishing P2 in the first race, P3 in the first race, and of course not having the best race there. Him and LaBranche, just really unfortunate incident going into the final corner on that penultimate lap there, and sadly for them, it bit them. And I mean, that's racing, ladies and gentlemen. That is racing. It happens. So, you know, what else do you do? It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. So again, you know, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This was absolutely spectacular. What a great race set by these guys. And I mean, what do you say? You know, this was the 3rd round of the series here this season. This is the fall season here at GTCQ. And again, we were at Watkins Glen. So just huge shout out to all the drivers on track. Absolutely spectacular racing, and huge shout out to the GTCQ TV. Thank you for the opportunity to bring this in English on the channels here, and I hope you all enjoy it. Please do give some feedback in the comments. Let me know what you guys thought, and we love the constructive criticism here. And you know, we just want you guys to enjoy it and have absolutely the most fun, and just enjoy the intense racing that we do see here. At the GTCQ. So, wow, I mean, what do we say? Division 1 runs again in 2 weeks. So the way this works, ladies and gentlemen, let's just break this down for you guys. It's a 6 division series. That's right, you heard me correctly. 6 division series. And so what they do is they run Division 1, Division 3, and Division 5 on 1 week, one Friday night. And then they run Divisions 2, 4, and 6 the following Friday, and it rotates. So every other week it'll go odd division, even division, odd division, even division, odd division, even division. So currently right now we're just working with the Division 1 group. So we'll be doing these broadcasts every 2 weeks. If they would like us to do more broadcasts from the other divisions, of course, we're always open to do so. And if that's the case, then we'll be bringing you other divisions as well in the future through the page here, and hopefully soon to be on GTCQ TV as well. I am the host for this evening, ladies and gentlemen, GT45 Gaming. Again, I apologize about the no camera today. My camera is just on the fritz today. I don't know what's going on with it. We're working on the problem still. But it's on the fritz today, so that's why we don't have the camera working here today. But no biggie. The racing doesn't change the fact that this racing was spectacular. I mean, race 1 recap, like I said, it was a little bit of a feel you out kind of race. The drivers were feeling each other out, seeing where each other's weaknesses and strengths were in certain corners, maybe certain areas of the racetracks, seeing how each driver handles pressure, all these things. And then when we get into race 2, these guys were just boom, let's go. It is race time. And man, did they put on a race. So just huge shout out to all the drivers. Huge shout out to the staff and all the officials and the stewards and everybody that does everything behind the scenes here at the GTCQ. Absolutely amazing league they have here. And a huge shout out to all the sponsors. I'm not 100% sure currently at the moment who all our official sponsors are here for the GTCQ, but we will most certainly have that information as we progress here in our broadcast in the future. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me here tonight. It was a lot of fun. This was a lot of fun. This was exciting for me. I feel that this was an absolute honor, privilege, and great opportunity to be able to bring this broadcast to you in English. Thank you to the GTCQ TV administration for giving me the opportunity. Thank you to Rockefeller Racing's MTV 626 for helping out with that. Obviously, I'm English speaking. I don't speak a lot of French. My French is very, very not good. It's just not good, and I can admit that. That's okay. But we're gonna learn, and we're going to get more involved with this community because it's an absolutely outstanding community. And you know, we just want to get to know our drivers better, so we can bring you guys just more personalization to these broadcasts, so you guys can know a little bit more about each driver as we're racing these races, even though these drivers don't give us a lot of time to go over that stuff, because man, the action is just packed full all race long. So round 4, 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, live here Saturday afternoon at 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll do it all over again for round 4. So thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. It's been an absolute privilege. I'm the host for this evening, GT45 Gaming, RR Goals 45 on the PlayStation Network, and of course in real life, Tim Gray. It's been an absolute privilege. It's presented by GTCQ TV, and of course, huge shout out to all the sponsors and all the teams that make the event happen. Without them, we don't have the amazing graphics package that are provided with us here that we get to play with and use, and the team videos. The effort is just amazing, and can't wait for the next one. So stay winning, everybody. That is the most important thing. Stay winning, always moving forward. We live life the fast lane, one day at a time, and we just take it as it comes, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you, everybody, for the likes, the shares, the comments. Don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, to like, share, and or follow, subscribe to the page. Turn on those live notifications. If you want to see more top tier racing like this from the GTCQ, smash those buttons, turn on those live notifications. We'll get you guys some more links in the descriptions for the next broadcast, where you can find more information about the league and their sponsors and affiliates. And let me tell you, absolutely outstanding stuff here tonight. Great racing, absolutely great racing. My chin is on the floor, I'm sweating. Wow, just great racing. Great job by our drivers here, and I look forward to the next one. So peace and love, everybody. Act of kindness. Take the time to try and help people in need, no matter how small it may seem to you. It could be absolutely life-changing and altering for them. Stay safe out there on the roads. Real life is not a racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. We got to drive properly. And cheers. Have yourself a good afternoon. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Yeah, Gelson A. Cruz also coming in with the like on stream throughout the broadcast. Thank you very much for all the love, everybody. We're going to catch up on this stuff here right now at the end of the broadcast. Appreciate it. We had, we got a ton here. We had Dennis Miller, Miller Time Gaming coming in with the huge raid. Tool Shit coming in with the heart. Dennis Miller coming in with the like, the double share. Much love, my man. You're a legend. Jake Batty coming in with the heart. Anthony coming in with the like. Vic Daughtry coming in with the like and the share. Much love. Thank you for that extra support with those shares. Kilt Racer coming in with the like and the share. Much love for the share as well. Ryan Bessie coming in with the thumbs up. Gelson A. Cruz coming in with the thumbs up. You guys are seriously legit. You're rock stars. Everybody over on the YouTube, thank you for the likes, the shares, and bam, let's do it again. 2 weeks from now, Division 1, Round 4, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely spectacular stuff. Thank you everybody for tuning in today, and we'll see you next. We'll see you in 2 weeks for this particular broadcast. And